CME Group trading floor, the trading pits in Chicago. That's Sol's usual perch. He has a private booth. He's been down there for 25 years or so. He is actively scalping the S&P 500 E-mini on a intraday basis, depending on what the market is giving him. I think that's important to know. And I think based on your interaction here, you should be doing the same. Don't do trades, don't force trades unless you are doing them for the right reason. This is a service. We're here on a daily basis. We have individuals that are coming in that are part of Sol's service on a daily basis. We have individuals that are part of Sol's Intensive, which is his mentoring service where he takes individuals under his wing, and he teaches them in private class the methodology and how to apply it. Number of deliverables in this service. The first deliverable is the access and the access to Sol. The next deliverable is his proprietary zones or scalping areas that he gives you out in audio. So right now it's 9:23 a.m. on Thursday, February 25th, 2021. Everything we do here is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct trading advice. You're trading between you and your broker at your own risk. This is an educational opportunity. There's a lot that goes on here, both publicly and privately. Publicly, as you hear Sol's voice, privately back and forth in chat text based on the relationship that you have with Sol. And again, this is about making money today. This is about protecting your downside today. The group is a nice tight group. Sol tries to keep his intensive to 6 or under at a time. If you are part of Sol's intensive or have been in Sol's class, over the last couple years or so, you're entitled to come in and monitor his class. You just have to be part of his monthly. We have guests coming in today. Welcome guests. We have a lot going on based on this opportunity and what it means to those individuals that are part of it. Sort of a family atmosphere, which has worked out real well. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. When Sol steps in, he's going to give out today's zones and levels. Hey, Tim, welcome back. Good morning. I should just say good morning. Hey, Maureen, I missed you there. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth, did I send you out the opportunity to sign up for Sol's monthly? I'll send it out to you now. Hey, Kurt. Hey, Joel KG. Don, did you get my message earlier? Hey, Ben, good morning. When Sol pops in, he's just going to take over. He'll give out the levels. You go through the morning session together. Hey, Tim. Hey, Fred. Good morning, Fred. Gary, I think I have to send it out to you. Let me send it out to you now. So you have it. Shows you the nominalness of the fee. It's amazing, right? The sun is out. What is it? We're on the 25th of February. They say March comes in as a lion and goes out like a lamb. I hope so. I like to get the lion out of the way. Now I'm in New York. Hey, Dan, nice talking to you yesterday.
All right, good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me all right? All right, let's give you our levels here for this morning. Our pivot this morning is 3906, 3906. Resistance above at 14, 21, 27, 35. Support below at 38.98, 91, 85, and 78. Pivot 06. Support at 38.98, 91, 85, and 78. Resistance on the upside at 14, 21, 27, and 35. These are the levels that we use as a guide to help us trade. We use these as support and resistance areas, and some of these opportunities, our setups occur around them. And there's also, in addition to these levels, the opportunity to find some price action trades. We talked about a few of them yesterday while we were trading. If you were with us the day before when we were kind of breaking very quickly, we had many trades because of the price action and our levels. And this opportunity here to trade many futures. I know some of you traded options, and options is totally. I've had a lot of options traders who love making the transition over to futures because of the liquidity issue and your margin requirements and everything like that. So that's a story in and of itself, but it's a totally different trade than what you're used to if you're trading options. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If anybody has any questions, you can ask them in the chat box area. Those probably someplace where I can see the questions quicker. And we'll be able to get back to you at a timely manner if I see them, if you write them in the chat box area. If you look at the chat box area, if you're just joining us, if you want to know our levels, they're printed there for you. And you can get, those are, like I said, like a guide for the day. We take into account, we have to take into account the price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars, and we just, you never know which direction markets are going to go. You just have to take each day, and it's for its own. We don't know. We never know how much volume or velocity or volatility is going to be given on any day. So that's what makes futures trading, right? So that's where we're at. Can we repeat the levels in the chat box area one more time for us, for those of you who are just maybe coming in here a little bit? All right. Don, are you around? A little? Are you still, yeah, you're going to be able to maybe jump in here in about half hour, 45 minutes or so. I think I got your wingman today set up, hopefully. He'll be able to help you. Mark will be able to help you, I think. All right, great. Thank you. I appreciate it. I took the second shot this morning, or yesterday, I should say, and just a little bit tired. Have a headache. Didn't sleep well. I don't have any flu symptoms, but I'm just a little achy, I think, is how I would describe the feeling that I have right now. So it's just again, I just didn't sleep well last night and I have a headache, but I just took some medication. I'm all right. I mean, I'm not. I should be okay. I heard that there's a wide variety of people how they handle the second shot of the vaccine. Some of them get really sick, flu symptoms for about 24 hours. And some people, it doesn't affect them at all. So it varies. Right now, I don't feel that bad. It's just that I just didn't sleep well and I have a headache, and that's about it. So that's not so bad. Yeah, so I'm sure we'll be all right. All right, market opened up here, as you can tell. We are Got a resistance on the upside here at the 14 area. Again, we are scalping the market. We're trying to find these inflection points that give us an opportunity to scalp the market for 2 to 3 points. And again, that's also dependent on volatility every day and every moment sometimes. I mean, we had to increase our stops during the course of the day the other day because the markets were picking up some steam. So So that's where we're at. And as we come up here to the 14 area, again, we find areas to trade, and some of them, and then whatever the situation is, you always have your stops in. And right now, our stops are about 2 or 3 points on our trades. That gives us a good ample opportunity to find these levels of the market might turn over. We try to take 2 or 3 points out of our profits as well, and sometimes because of the market conditions, we are able to maybe take a little bit more out of it. You know, it all depends on the volatility on any given day. So consequently, we are just scalping the market for looking for those opportunities to be able to scalp them, finding these levels. As you can tell here today, and there's a little bit more in the chat and the ladder ticket. There's 100 lots up and down the ladder ticket, which again over the last few days that hasn't been the case. So the market did go up to 16 and change there, and then came back down to the 14 area. So when that kind of happens, we always talk about you know, the possibility of maybe if you have multiple contracts to get out of some or all to scratch, as market is you know, one kind of walk right through it, and not what, you know, the price action is a little bit not to our favor. So consequently, it's giving you a chance to get out of some. If not, then get stopped. That's fine. We'll look at the next level here. It's up at the 21 area. You can see our green band coming in there at 23, and our in our 5 minute green band is just an average. And so that's what we are kind of looking. We're trying to find these opportunities. Yesterday, obviously, again, every day is different. Yesterday, it kind of worked out very nicely for us. We didn't have to work anything. It just kind of just happened. And that's why we always talk about making sure you come back tomorrow, right? Because we never know when things are going to work themselves out perfectly or not. Sometimes we actually have to work a trade or 2 or 3. And, you know, it's just a moving average there, but it's something that we like to kind of use to help us with our opportunities to one of our setups, you know, depending on the volatility and the volume on any given day. So sometimes it works out. Sometimes you have to know when to use it, when not to use it, is what I'm trying to say there, Mohammed. So the market continues to pop back up here. Again, we opened up, traded in a little narrow range there for a couple hours, and now we're coming back up here a little bit. And again, first we got resistance up here to 20. The next level we have is 21, and our green band coming in there at 23. So you can see how, you know, we're talking about areas. Let me see there, Glenn. I think. Could we repeat 22.5 is what I have for the settlement price. Could we put up the levels again for us? Thank you. So Tim, are you going to be able to help Don here a little bit? All right, so coming up here to the 21 area and getting a little bit of a rotation here off of the 21. So the market rallied very nicely yesterday, and we talked about the tough trade that we get when it rallies, and that was obviously the case yesterday afternoon when you get that one-way trade, especially to the upside. The upside trade is very unique in and of itself. Sometimes it gets volatile, like on rotation after a big sell-off, but then when it gets into its a quiet late afternoon trade, it becomes very not fun to trade. All right, we have a nice little rotation here against our 21 area. If you got in there at 20, or if you got in there 20 and a half, you're getting paid off here. So again, the 14 area again, we ran up to 16 and changed, came back down to 14. Sometimes you just have to understand the price action, and like I keep saying, if the level gets up to a level and does what it just did, it gives you a chance to scratch. Highly good opportunity there to scratch. You don't have to take not every trade is going to work out to be a profit, and you don't have to lose money on every trade. You can scratch a trade or take a little bit of a profit off of it, depending on how you scaled in. But again, it's all dependent on price action. And I suggested maybe you scratch there a couple because the market gave you a chance to scratch because of the price action. So sometimes you have to be just watching what's going on with the market at a level and then react to it. But this 21 area here worked very nicely. I mean, and the rotation off of that level worked out nicely for us. So we got 27.35. Let me, again, I never know which way the markets are going to try to extend from the opening here. So let me give you a couple levels on the upside here, just in case it decides to get a little bit busy here. We got 44, 52, and then 58. Now, Don and it's going to take over here maybe after. Let me see if there's any numbers coming out here. Let's see. No. They had initial claims came out. Durable goods came out. Market really didn't react too much to it. The initial claims, obviously, because of the weather, they said that some of those numbers were not counted, and so the number was in the 700 range, which, for whatever reason, was lower than the 800 that we've been getting. Initial, and then so the pending home sales is coming out here at 9 o'clock at the top of the hour. So in about 20 minutes, we have a fundamental release of a number that will be, and there's the levels again printed out for us. We'll have a release of the number. If you look at the chat box area, the levels are visually on there with the new levels added on. So pending home sales is coming out here at 9 o'clock, and then at about 10, there's a Fed speak at 10. There's a Fed speak at 11, and so we have a couple Fed speaks here coming out. Later on. Again, that could affect us, but I'm just putting it out there for you. You can see here, bond market continues to rotate slowly lower. Yield on the 10-year yield is at 145 right now, and that continues to increase. But because Powell was in front of Congress the last couple days, he just probably told them, no worries, we got this. He basically said, I got your back. And so the market was very happy with what he said in the rally yesterday afternoon. All right, so nice little rotation there against our 21 area. Again, the 14 didn't work out too well, but maybe lightened the load or skipped it, or even if you took your loss, you made your money back on the 21. Either way. So let's see what is going to happen. So we have a little number coming out here on 9 o'clock. Could we repeat the levels in the chat? If you missed the levels, they're going to be imprinted in the chat box area for us. There you are. If anybody is coming in a little bit late, they can see what our levels are that we gave out verbally. And they're a guide to the day, not necessarily we can make adjustments to them. These are areas that we feel that will help us with finding opportunities to scalp the market. And we can adjust to them, we can add to them. Sometimes we have to adjust them a little bit up or down depending on the price action. All these things, again, are all dependent on price movement and volatility. And sometimes we get a lot of volatility, and sometimes we throttle back and get a little bit. So we never know. But all we can do is take one day at a time. All right, I guess the GameStop situation is coming back into the market here a little bit. It's up like 100%. After it got held back a couple times during the day. That is getting to be a little kind of stupid situation. I think at some point you got to figure they got to do something about this situation here with this GameStop or any other company that has a valuation of should have a valuation at a price of about $20 or $15 and is trading at 168 or 350 or whatever. I mean, something's not doesn't make any sense anymore, right? And the chairman or whoever, his CEO there, quit. He's like, you know what? Thanks guys for helping me make all this money. I appreciate it. I'm out of here. It's like, really. I don't know. I just think it's kind of it's just a little bit. It's getting a little bit crazy. All right. The market is kind of turning over here a little bit against the 21 area that we had. We do have a small number coming out here at 9 o'clock, at top of the hour. Right now, support probably be around the 7-8 area. Definitely a lot less volatile than the last couple days, especially early on. Which again, not surprising. The market does have opportunities to trade, and then you get some action one day. And like I said, we had double-digit trades a couple days ago, and yesterday we could easily had 5 or 6, 7 trades in the course of a day. And today it's a lot quieter. Not much is going on, but that doesn't mean it's going to stay this way all day. It just means for the time being, anyway, that there is not that much. Sometimes they wait for a 9 o'clock number to be released, get some volatility, or nothing at all. Who knows, right? Well, I mean, he can thank the craziness of the market to give him $1 billion worth of his net worth being $1 billion. The CEO of GameStop. It's like a gift. I mean, literally a gift for him. As he did before the Senate Banking Committee on Wednesday and Tuesday, Jay Powell further told the House Financial Committee yesterday that the Fed is in no rush to raise interest rates or begin trimming its $120 in monthly bond purchasing, about 7% of GDP on an annualized basis. He also doesn't see any indication inflation could race out of control while prices might pick up in the coming months. Powell said those increases are expected to be temporary given the supply chain constraints. So he is definitely that's why we rallied yesterday, and he, just like I said everything's okay. I got your back, and that's what happens. No, we're not. I'm not long at 14. We had the resistance up there at. If you're going to ask me a question, you're going to ask me, "Am I still short from 21?" That's a question you ask me, not that I'm long for 14. If you want to be long at 14, again, we have support. I would say good support down at 10. So if you're going to buy to 14, you're probably going to have to buy the 10 area also. I can see why you're saying that. Again, if that's a logical entry point for you and you feel comfortable doing it, then you should. Yeah, well, anywhere between 9 and 11 there, Don, would be probably an area. Hey, Mark, did you get my text there? Could you give me your name there in the chat? If you can just put it in the chat box for me so I can see it. Make sure it's to me and Brad only. So Powell basically is given the green light to given the green light to the market And that's why we had that continuation rally yesterday afternoon. He pretty much said, it's okay. I gotcha. Got your back.
Hey, quick shout out to Mark. Hey, Mark, just add Market View on Skype and load up your Skype. It's MARKETVU, all one word, Market VU. And Mohammed, we're looking to get you set up and talking to Mark, okay? Through Skype. And Mohammed, I have your Skype. I'm getting Mark's set up, and then we'll take it from there. Hey, Ian, welcome. Good morning. Hey, Dean, I missed you before. Hey, Chad. Antonia, I sent you an opportunity to sign up for Sal's Monthly again. Let me know when that's done. Welcome back.
All right, market's slipping down here a little bit. Support down at the 10 area, 9, 10, 11 area, somewhere in that range. We are coming off the 21 level that we had, and they're rotating down here a little bit. If you're looking for a little support, that's where I would look to buy it. Otherwise, look for our 98 level down below if you don't want to take any price action plays here.
Hey, Mohammed, no problem. You just let me know when you're back.
All right, market is kind of, well, again, the volatility is kind of sucked out of the market here a little bit, which is fine. We do have a small number coming out here in about 3 minutes, so keep that in mind if you're trading. We don't like to trade when there's a number on in the background, even Could be a small number, a big number. We just never know what kind of reaction you're going to get to any of these fundamental news releases. Right, market is again slowly coming down here to this. I said like that 9, 10, 11 area, the support, and if you're not going to take that and just wait for a level down below, I understand. I mean, there's many different ways of trading. Some trade price action opportunities, some trade just the levels. We try to put together a combination of both, depending on how aggressive you are and how much risk tolerances you are willing to take. And that way, you can satisfy and maximize the profits for each individual person here. All right, market quickly coming down here to the 9 area as this number is being released. And we're getting a nice little quick rotation there off of the 9 area. We said we had support right in here, the 9, 10, 11 areas. So if you did buy the 9 area, you got a nice little pop back up, and we needed the number for us to give us that opportunity there. And if you did take it, you are doing okay with it. And the number was released that gave us the volatility. And like I said, that's why we don't like to trade numbers, but it does, we don't like to have a position on when a number comes out. And if it was too risky for you, totally get it. But again, everybody's different. Remember that. So, but if you were aggressive there, you can see that the market did go down to 8 and change and came back up. And there was a little buying opportunity that we had down there, and a nice rotation off of that level. Again, we are trying to look for those bounces. We got the little quick bounce, and now we're just going to see what we're going to do on the next level. On the downside, we have here is, well, really our pivot here, but if you're not going to play the pivot, we're looking down at 38.98. So coming down here to the pivot area, again, the number obviously creating some volatility for us. All right, again, the 06 area, which is our pivot area. If you are being aggressive there, you're taking that little opportunity. And these are little opportunities here in the market. Gives us a chance to find these levels and to be able to scalp them. That's what we're trying to do here. Obviously, you're taking a little bit of it's a little bit riskier based on the fact that there's a number coming out here. But again, I'm just giving you different concepts and ideas. Don't have to take them. They're there for you. Like I said, you can either wait for those levels or those opportunities, or look for the 38.98 support level that we gave out earlier. Again, everybody's got some different risk tolerances, so everybody trades differently. Right, obviously the market with the infusion of this numbers created a little bit of push to the downside, and coming down here, next support level we have is down at the 38.98 area. All right, coming down here to the 98 area for us. Whatever the number was, they didn't like it that much. Again, just keep your stop in no matter what. Just remember that. So this is a continuation of the number that was released here at 9 o'clock, giving us a little bit more of a push to the downside, coming down here and testing our 98 area here. Again, like I said, if you have some and you don't like the price action, it gives you a chance here to take a little bit of a profit or scratch some, depending on what your risk tolerances are. Yeah, nice here, nice little rotation here off of that 98. Like I said, you sometimes have to have the orders in place in there to get filled, because you have to put the orders in after it gets there. So as you can see, sometimes it just moves off of that level really quickly, and you basically have to be in the queue. Given the volatility, you have a good chance of getting out of those trades if you had your order in. But if you place it in afterwards, it's kind of tough to do. Yeah, I can see that, Padro. We're getting a little bit more slippage than usual, but if you keep it at 3 points, you're getting a chance to make a little bit or scratch the trade. I think if you stick to the 2 points right now, you are getting stopped out for sure. Not as easy as yesterday, but never is sometimes. But again, some of these things you have to work a little bit today. Yesterday it was a lot easier. They were bouncing off of our levels with not a problem today. You have to make a choice here to scratch some, to get out of a few maybe, or just get stopped. Like I said, if you're keeping a 2 point stop, obviously you're getting stopped out, because the 3 point stop has kept you in the game a little bit and giving you a chance here to decide what you want to do with the trade, whether you want to scratch it or take a little bit of a profit. If you're just sticking to 2 points, you are getting stopped out. Yes. And did that with the 14, and it did that here with the 98. The 21, obviously the 21 worked out okay. All right, now we're getting this little rotation here against our 98. It did go down there and test it. And a nice little pop here after hanging down there for a couple minutes. Created that energy for it to rotate back up here. I know sometimes it's counterintuitive to watch it there. It can bounce around a certain area, but the fact that it's there and it's bouncing around that area, it's creating that opportunity for the rotation back up here, like we just got. Because there was some back and forth with the bulls and the bears at that moment in time. I'm just a little tired. I got a headache. Didn't sleep that well, but otherwise I don't feel that bad. I don't know. It's just anyway. Don's in. You in? Are you gonna help him out? All right, good. You got to give me your Skype name there. All right, so nice again. Obviously, your 3-point stop is keeping you in the game here a little bit, and again, sometimes we have to make those adjustments according to the market is kind of telling us today, right? And that's why we suggest like a 2 or 3 point. Obviously, if you kept a 2-point stop, you got stopped out there a couple times, except for the 21. That worked out okay for you. We're not going to be perfect, and there's always going to be some slippage, especially off of a number. And now the number that came out created that little extra slippage that occurred in the market. So on the downside, we have support is down at 91. Trading at 39.01 right now. So it kind of looks the same, but it's not. Resistance would be back around the 910 area. All right, we got in a little bit of a range here on the downside. Kind of a quiet day compared to what we've been having here over the last couple days. But again, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Again, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat box area. Hey, Don, you here? Let me get you set up. Hey, Chad, how you doing? Peter, yeah, can we do the class tomorrow instead of today? If that's all right with you. Great, thank you. All right. Okay, so Don, I think you're good to go. You want to test your mic for me? Can we repeat the levels in the chat box area for us?
Testing.
There you go. I can hear you just fine and dandy.
Excellent.
Mark, are you there? Mark's trying to get his Play-Doh all set up so he can join us. All right, we did go right up to the 10 area there, like we talked about it, and a nice little rotation off of that 10 area. Got right up to 10 and came back off. Again, if you're scalping the market, that's what you're looking for, these inflection points. Anything that I say or we say is kind of taught. It's not just like a guess where these levels might come up from. We have some consistency in what we're saying. And if any of this stuff interests you, please let us know so that we can get you more information on the education stuff. So again, the 9-10 area, we talked about some resistance. It got right up to 10 and then traded off of it. Even if you traded the 9 area there, you did okay. All right, trying to see if, what's going on there, Don? How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good.
I get my first shot today, so.
Oh yeah, what time is that?
Oh, about 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah. All right. Good. I don't want to keep you from. Can you repeat the levels? Oh, there's Timmy saying hi.
Hi, Timmy.
There's a Tim and there's a Timmy, so we go with.
Oh, okay.
Tim. He's Timmy.
Okay.
He could be called Timmy. Yeah. So because we've known him quite a long time. But, so.
Which one lives in Chicago? Tim or Timothy?
Timmy.
Okay.
Timmy. Okay. So could you repeat the levels in the chat box area for us first?
Oh yeah, it's a lot warmer here now than what it was. We're up in the 70s. Even the birds are chirping. They're so happy.
There's the levels again in the chat box area. I'm going to flip you over to the mic there, Mark, if you're okay with that. Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hang on a second. Now I'm letting you see the chat box area. If you bring out a chat box, you'll be able to see what other people are asking. If you bring that window down, keep it in front of you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. This is Don from Texas, and Mark from sunny California.
Beautiful sunny California.
Warm sunny California. But hey, Texas, it's down at 70 degrees down there.
Oh, it's
Not
just like
bad.
California.
Yeah, not like Chicago, but hey, it's okay.
You still got snow?
Oh yeah, it ain't going anywhere too fast. Let's put it that way. It's going to take. Look, for every 40-degree days, you get rid of a couple inches of snow. You get a 50-degree day, you get up to like 3 or 4 inches of snow in a day. We've got 23 inches of snow that's sitting out there. So this is the first week here that we've had above freezing temps since February 4th. So we are definitely due for some nice weather.
I know Monday I had to go up north about a little over 3 hours from where I live, and they still had ice on the ground spots.
Oh yeah, it's not. It doesn't go away that fast.
Yeah.
But but it definitely is better than the mounds were getting way too big around here. There was really no place to start putting this stuff anymore if it kept on snowing. All right, we have a nice little rotation there off of our 910 area that we said would have some resistance, and that's also correlating to our blue band mark, and that kind of worked out nicely, I think.
It did very well.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Maybe I'll come back in a little while, see how these guys are doing. Both of these gentlemen have taken our course, and they know what I've been doing and what I do and how we do things. So if you have any questions, more than feel free to ask them just as you would me. And I'll come back here in a bit, see how you guys are doing. Make sure you're not chopping each other's heads off or something goofy. And don't let Brad interrupt you guys. Just remember that.
Is there any way we can mute him?
Now you have the ability to. Yes. All right, guys. I'll see you guys. You guys are in good hands. So you guys. All right. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. Thanks.
Take care.
How you doing, Don?
I'm doing well, Mr. Mark. How are you?
Good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to put a voice to the name.
There you go.
Red wants to know what 70 feels like. We only got down into the teens, and we didn't stay there. I live in the lower southeast part of Texas, and so we didn't suffer like a lot of folks did. A lot of folks lost power. We didn't lose power. We had plenty of water, plenty of power. Of course, we get that low down here. We are not geared for it. We didn't build. Nobody builds for stuff like that. We build for hurricanes and high water here.
Right.
And so
I can't imagine that. I mean, all that cold and snow, it's just too much. I'll stick to the California weather. Thank you.
Yeah, you think about, okay, where am I going to live? Well, if you move to the middle of the country, the tornadoes they're aiming at you. And if you move further north, then the snowstorms get you. If you move to the south, the hurricanes are aiming at you. And you go to California, the earthquakes. And so it's kind of like, where do you live?
I'll stick to the earthquakes.
Do y'all have very many of them out there?
No, well, last year I think we had 3 or 4 good ones, but this year it's been kind of quiet. So, but they keep saying that California is going to get the big one, pretty soon, sooner or later.
Oh yeah,
hopefully later.
Yeah, and I remember the last time when they had a pretty good size one. I mean, watching all those freeways just collapse.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was horrible.
We don't build for earthquakes here,
right?
But
or snow.
But we are subject to have them. I mean, we're setting on a little bitty fault line. You're not a big one, but if it shifts, all our overpasses are going to come down because they're just sitting on something. They're not really tied for any upheavals.
Yeah. So how'd you do this morning? So far, so good?
Yeah, so far, so good. I like that 97, so I bought the 97. I was looking for the 04. Finally got it. And I was short up there 21.
I'm still short this blue band trade, trying to get out at 95. Hopefully it'll fill me here in a second.
And what am I sitting at? 97. Yeah, me and the blue
Gosh.
band, we go round and round. So
Yeah, Sal was telling me you don't really care for the blue band too much. It's been so good to me, I guess. I've only, had a few times where it didn't really work out that well, but the majority of the time it works out really well for me.
yeah, it does. But my problem is like this morning, see, I was short and I said, okay, we got 11 and the blue band is slowly on the uptick. Well, a lot of times what it'll do, it'll just keep coming up and my price will go down, hit the blue band and bounce off of it. And my target's on the other side of it. I'm going, well, they just the pits.
Right.
Well, there's your 95.
Yeah, there it goes. It's teasing me.
Yeah, that is a good thing about hurricanes. You do get plenty of notice when one's coming because they start watching them off the coast of Africa, and we know about them weeks ahead of time. Well, I keep looking at weather forecast here. Let's see, coming down into, let's see, 91's our next level. It's kind of scary. My numbers are lining up with Saul's numbers. I'm going, okay, one of us is not right here.
See how much better you're getting?
Every time something starts working out, I start cringing because I know everything's fixing to fall apart.
Right. Do you look at the 60-minute chart that much?
All the time.
All the time? Okay.
Well, I look at the 60.
I think Sal had mentioned you had the 1, 3, 5, and 15 or something like that.
Yeah, well, I keep a 1-minute chart up and a 5-minute chart up, and I've got a 60, and I also have a 30-minute. I have a daily, but the daily is just to kind of glance over it, just to kind of say, okay, we're doing this in the day process. Okay, that 30 minutes, I got 2 time frames within that hour. So I'm kind of looking at the 60-minute to kind of give me a directional push a lot of times, but a lot of times it'll go down, then it'll turn around, reverse, come back to its open and start up higher.
Right, exactly.
It just
it's just amazing how Sal can look at that 60 and just, pick out these levels. And I've been trying to do that for the longest time. I wish I can get as good as he is, but obviously he's been doing this forever. So
yeah,
I guess with time.
Well, it's learning to train your eye to see what he's seeing.
Right.
And I got a lot of other trash on my chart where he has the bands, and really and truly, like the Bollinger bands. Now, I don't know. I don't even understand how to use them. They don't even make any sense to me.
Right. Yeah.
So what I do is I put them on my chart, but I go back into my my code, and instead of having them the color red, I just make them white, the outer bands, and so they disappear. So really and truly, the only thing that I have is my blue band. So that kind of helps clean up your chart a lot too.
Right. Yeah. Tim, I tried the 30-minute chart as well. Tim was saying try the 30. I've used that before as well for longer time frames, and that works really well with the blue band also.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using the 30s. When we first started, like I said, we were all old Ninja charts back then, and we had the 50 to 200s and the Bollinger bands. And but you know, the more I learn, the more that, man, I was looking for it to hit that 91. That's not good enough.
Looks like it's trying to rotate off that 91 area. It's
Yeah.
trying to move up a little.
Yeah, we got that low. Let's see, get to 89, 90, which we did. Now, if we just bounce back up to 93,
Looks like it might take a run down to the 85 now.
how's that? Is that any better? I can't help it. I get excited during these trades.
Guess I'll just wait for this 85. Looks like it's coming up really quick. I wish Sal would have left us some more levels on the downside. This is all we have, 78, unless you have anything lower, Don. You have anything lower than 78?
Oh man, I got them all the way back into the 1600 level. I've got years of logs here.
Yeah.
Able to get to 85, getting paid off.
Look at that. Went right to the 85, right to the tick. As Sal would say, getting a nice rotation here off the 85.
I don't like it when we bounce off these things. We tend to go back to where I think it's going to go back to.
Yeah. Boy, this thing's really moving.
Mark, I'll be right back.
Okay, good. Mohammed, no, I'm a trader as well. I've been trading with Sal for about a little over 5 years.
Yeah, it could have done this yesterday. I was looking for that 85 yesterday.
Look at that, went right back down, test the 85 again. Now it's taking off.
If it'll just go to 93.
Doesn't it amaze you sometimes how Sal gets these levels right to the tick?
Yeah.
Sometimes when I watch the market overnight and I look and it's go back to his numbers and 3 or 4 levels will be right to the tick. I think he lies to us. I think he does have a crystal ball.
He is very good at what he does. And
Yeah.
I don't know that when you come in here and if you've been around it a while and you're amazed, it's kind of like, how does he do that?
Yeah.
And then when you take the class and you sit down and he walks you through how he's doing it. He's telling you how he's doing it.
Right.
Mark, you need to answer that deal from Muhammad there.
I did, yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the only management is Brad.
Yeah, that's me. I don't have a dog in this fight at all. I get so aggravated.
Oh, you Mr. 93, huh?
Yeah. And I knew to get out at about 92 because what I see and where it's going to go. Oh, I feel certain we're going to get to it.
Yeah.
We missed it by a tick. But
Mohammed, absolutely. Brad will give you my contact info and you can give me a call or we can get together on Skype. Just let me know when you want to talk. Antonio, yeah, that's what Sal does. He teaches you. That's part of his course. He teaches you how to find the levels on your own. And yeah, that's part of his course. Mohammed, I live in California, so I don't know exactly where you're at, but I'm free usually in the afternoons. I usually stop trading around 10 o'clock California time or Pacific time. So anytime after that, I am free. Sal says I'm at the beach every day, which I pretty much am, but my phone is always with me or my laptop.
Hey, what I'll look to do is connect you guys in a couple minutes. I'm going to add Mohammed to the Skype, and then you guys could just talk on Skype. You have a headset because you're on your headset now, right?
I am, yeah.
Okay, good. Why don't we try to do that now while we have you both together?
And you want to
guys
do it on a
talk
private
separate-
call or?
Well, we'll just do it on Skype.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll send you. So, Mark, what was your Mohammed and I are already connected. What was the Skype name that you used?
It was just a phone number.
Oh, it's
Will that
just your
work?
phone number?
Yeah, a different one though. I can send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me, and then I'll send it to Mohammed. And then we'll connect you guys. You guys can have a private conversation.
Okay.
Okay. Just send it to me on Skype, and then I'll send it to him. And he can connect to you, and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
And then you'll be off this, and then talking to him privately.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. So is that your Skype name you just did as a telephone number?
Yeah, you can do a number or a name.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Or at least
So
that's the way I set it up.
This is your private line.
Correct.
Oh, good. I always wanted that private line.
Yeah.
Now I could say I know somebody in Malibu and I have their phone number.
There you go. If you need news right off the bat, just call me.
Did you hear what happened to poor Lady Gaga?
No, what happened to Gaga?
So Lady Gaga has a dog walker and she has these prized pug dogs.
Right.
So somebody went up to the dog walker and shot him in the chest like 4 times and stole her dogs.
Oh my God. When
So
did this happen?
Just happened today. So he's in critical condition, which is crazy, right? Saying my prayer for that guy. And then she's got a $500,000 reward for the guy who not only shot the dog walker, but stole her dogs.
Oh, so they haven't caught him?
I don't think so. No. I mean, as of right now, I don't know. It just came up on the New York Post.
Okay.
But it's crazy. Somebody must. I mean, I don't know why you have to shoot the guy to take the dogs. It doesn't make any sense to me.
That's ridiculous.
It is an absolutely crazy world.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll try to make this connection now, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
And hi, Don.
Hi, Brad.
How are you, Don? I heard your breathing before. I thought I needed to come send you a oxygen tank or something.
Oh no, it's just
Either that, or you were toking on a bong or something. I could.
yeah. That's what I need. Maybe it'll make me a better trader.
Hey, they just legalized marijuana in New Jersey, which I can't believe. Now it's I'm sure it's heading to New York because Cuomo's in big trouble. So we'll see.
Hey, Don, I just got some levels from Sal for on the downside, so I'll post those right now. Hope everyone can see them. There they are. So we got 67, 58, and 50. Let's see if it gets below 78.
I still want 93.
Yeah, I forgot to tell Sal. I'm the one that cut off Tiger Woods the other day. He was driving too slow, so I cut him off, and I think I caused the accident. I feel bad.
Is that what happened? Somebody cut him off, and he.
No, I heard he was high as a kite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like he was in Florida. I guess he's got some pain medication for his back, and they were actually filming that day at that country club that he was at. And I guess they interviewed his producer, and he actually almost hit the producer because he was driving really fast out of the country club. the producer of the show, whatever commercial, whatever they were filming, was pulling in. Tiger Woods almost ran him over and took off down the hill, ended up getting into the accident.
Let's see.
Probably Robert. This thing looks like it's wanting to go lower. So we got the 78. Hopefully this will be a nice quick little bounce off the 78.
Yeah, we fixed it to get a bounce.
You wanted it to go back to the 93?
Oh yeah.
There you go, that's a nice bounce right there.
We ought to get 82 out of it easy.
There you go. And a little more. Boy, Sal's really missing out today. Maybe he's in the background trading and we don't know.
He says he doesn't have to talk. We'll trade today.
Right. Wow, this thing. And then some. Wow, these levels are working out beautiful today. That was kind of hard for me in the beginning when I first started out. You know, if I take a level and I get stopped out, then take another level and get stopped out, sometimes you get afraid to take the third level. And, you know, that's one of the things that Sal really taught me. Just take the stop. And just like get stopped out again, you just got to keep taking the levels. You know, eventually you'll make your money back and then some. And that's the perfect example here of the 78. You know, I scratched a couple on the first two levels, and then now I'm doing really well for the day. Just met my goal and then some.
Well, I didn't get the 78. I bought the 80s. That's okay.
Well, I went to 78, 75, but I usually scale in a point below, a point above and a point below.
I was Mickey Mousing around.
You're still waiting for your 93, aren't you?
Don't laugh, I am. You know, I hate it when it does not go where it should go.
Or where you want it to go.
Yeah.
Oh, give me 1 second. Brad's giving me a call.
Muhammad, we don't know the bottoms an end. These are just areas, levels, which we call them. And there are places that we should be able to get a reaction off of. We are looking to scalp the market. We're not looking for 40-point turns. You know, we're looking to take some off, and if you've got one left and you're trading multiples, you know, put your stop in, and I mean, your stops are in, but move your stop up to break even and see what happens. And what we do is how they say it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple. Saul, in the morning before the market opens, we've had all these numbers prior to, and do some order manipulation here. All right. I don't know how I managed to do that one, but I did. Well, our stops today are a little bit wider than what we normally run, but our volatility's up a little bit too. Down from yesterday, but it's still up. Let's see, Muhammad, our normal. Let's see, Robert C. Excellent, excellent, Robert. Normally we try and trade with a 2-point stop and a 2-point target. So today we've with the volatility that we expanded our stops out to 3 points, but also our targets should be 3+ points also. Hey, that's okay, Bubba. See if I don't get out this round.
Hey, Mohammed, I wanted to connect you to Mark now. Did you see the number that I sent you in Skype?
Hey.
So fire up your Skype if you can. You should have a telephone number in there. You can call him directly on that number. If you want to add him to Skype, you could add him on Skype. He's just waiting for your call.
See.
Well, good luck there, John. I'm going to take this call from Mohammed.
Okay.
And
come on back in a minute.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, Antonio, are you back? Hey, Antonio, did you sign up for Sal's Monthly? Just let me know back in chat. Hey, Anupam, you got the levels for today and the other levels. Just let us know if you need them. Francisco, let me know how you're making out. Steve H, let me know how you're making out. So the levels we have for today are oh, did you get them or do you need them? I guess that's my question. Go on, man.
Is that any better? Okay. Well, now we got to sit back and wait. It's 10 o'clock.
Hey, Antonia, did you get a chance to sign up for Sol's monthly? Just let me know back in chat. I can send you out the link again if you haven't. Francisco, let me know how you're making out if you have any questions. Steve H, the same. And I don't think I missed anybody. Hey, Dean. I was trying to shout out to you before. Sorry, Don. You've got the ball.
Oh, I'm just sitting here waiting for something to happen. Everything that it should have done, it's done. So that I know of anyway. We're just going to have to wait and
Well,
see
it's
where
good.
it goes from here.
We're coming to the end of the morning session anyway. Right now it's 11:02 a.m. Eastern time. So we got another 40 minutes or so.
Hey, Anupam, you doing okay in your part of the world? That's good to hear, brother. Who are you referring to, Mohammed? All I see is Mark L. I don't really know. Brad would probably know. Brad comes back on. We'll ask him in a second. The only thing I get on the screen here is the first name, like Mark L. That's it. back up to that 97 area. I'm trying not to confuse everyone. I had the 97 and Saul had 98. So I was looking at my cheat sheet. So if I confuse anybody, just let me know. Let's see here. 58. This I can tell everyone. The 85 from yesterday cost me a lot of money. I tend to remember those levels that get real expensive. I guess that's one way to remember when they cost you enough money and the pain gets to be enough, you remember where it was. Looks like we got a little resistance back up around the 02 level. It'll be interesting to see if we can get back up to that 39.25 area today. Excellent. Way to go, Robert. I took it to the first time when we got up there to the 97. I will be right back. Yeah, it did kind of slow down. Robert, do you trade the fibs? And where did you get? Where was your starting points to get that fib level from? Did you pull it off of a daily or hourly or? The last big swing? I just used the numbers. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see where you're getting at. These numbers all the way from I guess 3,800 up to about 25, 30 area. It seems like I have been in this range for a week and a half. I have chewed those numbers. It seemed like the last time we had, I was in for Saul, we were down around that 39, 13 area. I don't think there's, I think you use the charts that you're comfortable with. You know, I have these different charts up there, but if you think about it, that hourly chart is composed of, 61-minute bars. And so I guess what I try and visualize is, okay, what is this 1-minute chart looking like in the hourly? What's it gonna, we're drawing an hourly bar here. What is that bar gonna look like? And then I say, okay, we're drawing a 5-minute bar. So I've pretty well set my eyes to where I can see that. And there is some benefit in this stuff. But when you throw in the levels, it sure makes it real simple. Because depending on when we hit that level, a lot of times it's the top of the hour, is at the bottom of the hour. How is it just going to go up 2 points, or is it going to go up more? Well, we don't really ever know, but that's what the stops are there. We have a reason to trade and put in the stops. Good, bad, indifferent. Because I can promise you, after yesterday, I can truthfully tell you that it's better to take that hickey up front than it is to wait and take it at the end of the day. Your money ahead. I could have got stopped out a bunch of times instead of trying to be right. I could have stopped out a bunch of times and been right just on a few small trades and still come out ahead. So you do the math. Looks like we're kind of in a range bound here between that 98 and 91 right now. Well, we're coming up on 10:30. We ought to start to see some kind of little gyration in the market here. And the only reason I say that is this is about the time that London and Germany has to start shutting down, and they'll be getting out of our market. So if they're not going to stay in, they'll have to get out. So that'll move things around a little bit. Excellent, Robert. You take care, brother. If I had any sense, I'd quit now. It's been a good morning. But I'm not chomping at the bits to be trading either right at the moment, so that's a good sign. You know, I guess one of the hardest things that I fight with is I analyze it. Okay, this is what it should be doing, but then the market does what it wants to do, and so I guess that's where it comes the part that says Saul says do not come in with a bias because you will tend to trade that bias, and instead of just trading what it is actually telling you what to do at that moment in time. If you do that, it becomes real simple then. That one ought to take us back to 85. But you know, it may take it a while. That's good enough. Well, it sure is a quiet day today. I'm afraid I don't have very many. I'm not as good as Saul at continuously talking. I don't have as many war stories as he does. Well, it's 10:30. Let's see what the next 30 minutes is going to bring. Oh, me? Probably about 4 or 5. That's it. I don't trade tons of contracts. And most of the time I stay in the 1 to 2 area. And yeah, there is. It just normally what I end up doing is I go in with 1 and I'm going to tell you this, but I would suggest that please do not do this because it is stupid and you can't cure stupid on my part. And, running without a stop is not good. I do it. I'm guilty of it. I'm trying to correct that problem. And, but if you just stop yourself out, yeah, you're going to have some trades that turns around and goes right where you thought it was going to go. But then you're going to have some trades that it just keeps on going and you'll be so thankful you got out or scratched or whatever. And most of the time is you don't have a whole lot of time to make up your mind about what's going on. So if you're looking for, and in most cases, like this morning, I was looking for that 93 and I felt fairly certain that we were going to get to that 93. And so, I had a couple of spots on there that I had to get in a little lower to average down. And, but somebody could have said something, this thing could have just went right through the bottom. And if it does that, you've got to be willing to cowboy up and say, okay, I was wrong, get out. But it's easier to get out up front than it is at the back. That's just the way it is. And I have proven it time and time again, but yet I still do it. So that's why I'm trying to explain to everybody, please don't do that. It's not a good practice. It's not even good to get in. It just don't even start it. It's a bad way to go. Most of the time, I'm able to work my way back out of it. But I'm liable to be here, into the night, working on this mess, getting myself out of a hole. And that's okay. But if you think about it, if I'm working out of a hole, if I'd have just taken my loss every time that I'm adding one to get up a little higher, I'd be making all my money back, a whole lot in money ahead. So it does not make sense to do that. But I'm guilty of it. I'm telling you up front, I'm guilty of it. I'm just trying to prevent you from doing it. Please don't do that. That's what the stops are there for, is your safety net when they don't work. I think probably the most important rule that Saul can teach you out of all of this is, when you get into a trade, first thing you ought to do is pick your out. Where am I going to get out of? How much pain am I going to have to go through before I'm willing to say I've had enough? And your odds of being wrong 10 times in a row is probabilities you can be wrong 10 times in a row, but you really have to be you, after about 2 or 3 times, you ought to stop and say, look, whatever I'm doing today is not working. But, I'm not real greedy either anymore. I'm getting to where when we get close to the blue band, I get out. If the blue band has slapped me enough to where I respect it. I just go, it's either that or I better bring that stop up real close. And most of the time I'm going to get stopped out from running the stop up too close. So I might as well just go ahead and take my profits a little bit, maybe a half, 3/4 or even a full point above where I got out at. Well, I stopped out. Just take the money. And one thing that I've learned is there's so many opportunities in a day. And once you truly learn how to trade, the price action just keeps coming at you. Then you got to just slow down and start to pick your trades and have better trades. And so if you can pick your spot, have a reason, and most of the times if you pick your spot, your reasons are good, you can run a pretty tight stop on it. You're either going to be right or you're going to be wrong. That's the only thing in a trade left to do. Once you put it on, the only thing you're really going to be able to do is manage that money. Well, I'll tell you what, when you turn around and you look at your account, you know, you're down $700, $800, $1,000. You're going, how many 2-point trades am I going to have to make back to get back to this drawdown when I could have got out at, 2-point loss or 3, even a 5-point loss? It's so much easier. But I think the fear of loss, we do anything psychologically, I believe, to fight that fear or the fight that we don't want to lose. We always want to be right. And in a trading game, that's not possible, not unless you're Goldman Sachs. And of course, if you've got deep enough pockets, and of course, if I had that much money, I don't know that I'd be trading anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Miss Maureen, what part of the world are you in today? Has it started to warm up there yet? In between snow. I can't listen to Saul talk, and I can imagine the high today would be 4. We got down to 14, and everybody's screaming around here. And there were some spots just a little to the north of us that had a -4. But that's neat. Yeah, spring around here is just around the corner. It's trying its best. Brad was saying this morning, you usher in March, it's either going to be, okay, Timothy, take care, brother. It's either the first couple of weeks of March is just going to blow and blow and blow. And then it's the end of March, it's going to go out like a lamb, or it's going to come in like a lamb and go out like a lion. And that's the way it normally does in this part. Well, let's see. Came down to that 78. We got another bounce. Next level down is going to be 67. Let's see, we had, after the 78, we had 67, 58, and 50 on the downside. Chad, what part of North Texas are you in? Yeah, let's see, to the downside, after 78, we had 67, 58, and 50. Okay, so you're up around Bowie. Or Bowie's still further to the north of you? I know where Denton is, Gainesville's at. Oh, okay. Let's see, we're at 69 here. Man, I miss that 74. Oh, well. You know, I think one of the advantages of to being able to sit in for solids is, I don't know about the rest of you, but if you if you've been trading very long and you've been trading by yourself, it gets kind of lonesome. There's nobody to listen to. It's nice to, even though I could come in and sit down and turn on the numbers, it's just kind of nice to hear somebody else's voice talk about things that you're interested in. Well, let's see. That is just not right. Well, that one worked out good. We had 67, the 67. If you were able to get in on that 67, you made your 2 points and then some. Tell you what, I'm going to stop for a minute, take a break, and I'll be right back. Tell you what, this thing's not going to give us much. Well, I walked away at the wrong time and came back. It had already started doing, and I only got a piece of that. But that's okay. Well, I thought we should have got down 50 yesterday.